quick selfie.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. That's the keeper.
I like it. That's a keeper.
Oh, dang, that's the next podcast.
That's right. I like that. I like that. We got to use that as a cover
Come on
photo.
now. We don't miss when we shoot.
That's right. Man, I said, I said, I know we were talking about your dad the other day. I said your dad's quote at the office. Oh. I was like, one hand, don't clap. And literally like 4 people were like, huh? Damn. I was like, that's my buddy Jay Timber and his pops right there.
That's so awesome. It's funny, in the first episode, I was like, oh, I'm going to have to do like a 3-hour episode about my dad.
Oh, man.
Just a 3-part, just go into all the stories and everything. Because it's like, I was like, oh, I'm just going to be 15 minutes. And then I looked up, it was 20 minutes. I was like, okay, I got time. I got this thing figured out.
All right. Let's see here. So I don't think it's going to let me go right to the, this is what I'm still trying to figure out, how I can get it to stream on multiple avenues.
Yeah. For
those of you watching and listening, I could use the help. I know OBS and Twitch and all this other stuff. But let's see here. Trying to get it on. It's on YouTube right now.
Oh, yeah.
Getting ready to put it on Facebook. And then we're going to put it on the Zero Dark Nerdy page. And then we shall get started. Page. Here we go. And it always has you switch.
Annoyingly.
Yeah.
Right when you think you're safe.
Yep. Yeah, because it gives you an option to do it on both, but I'm always like, so how do I see the messages and this, that, and the other? So here we go. Getting it going. It is 7:29, so we're actually a minute early. Ooh-wee. Welcome back to Zero Dark Nerdy, the galaxy's okayest pop culture podcast, brought to you by Sailfish Comics. 3 amazing locations here in North Carolina. 1 in Concord, 1 in Winston-Salem, and 1 right here in Greensboro across from Best Buy. Golden Ticket Cinemas, and of course our good friends over at Pro Cover Exteriors. In the studio with me today, our good friend, musician, comedian, content creator, just all around awesome person, Jay Timber.
What's up? How you doing, brother?
Thank you for joining us in the studio today, my friend.
So excited.
Hey, we're glad to have you on. We just a little backstory. Just connected this past week at Starbucks. Mm-hmm. And, he's telling me about his podcast, and we were just talking about life, and we've always just vibes, right?
Yes.
Life is all about vibes and good people.
Yes.
And he said something to me that I couldn't wait to talk to my wife about. And it was, we had a deep conversation, but
always.
when you were like, I feel like I have a lot of acquaintances and not that many close friends. I was like, holy shit.
That
part hit like none other.
I was tearing up when I was saying it.
Yeah. And I'm like, buddies for life right here. Accountability buddy, the whole 9 yards. So we're just going to be talking about his podcast, his journey, new music that's out for those of you that may not know, his sobriety and all kinds of fun stuff. But, first and foremost, talk to me a little bit about the new podcast.
So the new podcast is called Timber Talk Time, and it just came from a want of change.
Okay.
Because I've been doing music for my entire life, and there's more to me than just music.
Yeah. Okay.
And I also know that there's a way with my sobriety to help other people in whatever they're going through.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how else to do it other than to just tell people.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, let me just go ahead and get on the YouTube. And well, here we are. And so it was just a matter of like, just do it.
Yeah.
Hit them with the Nike and just do it. So.
So you've aired 1 episode now?
1 episode, okay. And another one. The next one's coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Okay.
The 20th. And it'll be every Tuesday as long as it'll be every Tuesday because I ain't gonna let it not.
There you go. Consistency.
Yes,
that was one of the other conversations we had.
Consistency. So yeah, I got a new one coming up this Tuesday. I'm starting to bank some other ones because I'm going to be in Ireland in a couple weeks.
Okay.
And of course, I'm going to be grabbing content the whole
Okay.
time. And so yeah, I'm just really excited to just get into the. You know me, I wear my heart on my sleeve.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about everything, and it's just I'm ready to see what could come from this. You know, I think of all the musicians I know and people I could tap into and
100%.
interviews and just where is it going to go?
100%. When you told me you started a podcast, so another back story. So before we had coffee, I was just sitting there, and you know us, we are going to root for each other.
Always.
We root for everybody. And he was just on what was it? Fox.
I was on Fox 8, yes.
Fox 8, just promoting his new song, talking about everything. So I just got done sharing it. I was outside with my wife, just sitting there chilling. I was like, I need to hit up Jay Timber. And literally, as soon as I hit him up, tell him your side of the story. But at the same time, it just worked out fantastic.
So I was having an existential crisis. And I was like freaking out, just trying to what am I gonna do next? I just had this creativity just boiling.
Yeah.
And I told Natalie, my fiance, I was like, baby, I'm about to lean into this podcast thing. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do it. And I was like professing myself to the universe. And then I was like, and I was like, what? Natalie, the universe is listening. Let me take this, and now here we are. I started a podcast, and I'm gung ho.
Yep. So obviously we had a great coffee after that, and it's just funny how it works out. We are both about speaking things into existence, even if it doesn't come right away. You still need to speak it. You cannot give up on it.
You gotta see it. You gotta
see
it, feel it, and then you can make it happen.
Exactly. So before we get into everything else, though, tell me about the Ireland trip. What's all planned with this?
So we have this thing called the Lassies and Lads, and it's my fiance and I and her friends and their significant others, and we're all friends, obviously. And we went to Scotland 2 years ago. And yeah, we're going to Ireland. So
yeah,
they put together. They have an itinerary, and I love it because I love to drive.
Yeah,
cars are my everything, so I get to drive a car around Ireland for 10 days, and it's awesome because I watch all the car shows and Top Gears, and they're like, today we're driving through Ireland in the beautiful lands, and as you see the sheep on the hill in the Ferrari, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna drive that one day, and now I'm it's 14 days away from it, so I'm I've been watching YouTube videos of driving on the other side and making sure I know, this is gonna be an adjustment, and you're gonna figure out, and It'll be fun.
Anyone that's been to Ireland that's listening or watching, any tips or advice?
Yes.
Please feel free to pass them on to Jay Timber here. So, in terms of new music, I know we talked about just briefly, you being on Fox 8. Talk about, just kind of the newest song and what's next. And, of course, what shows you have coming up next, too.
So, as far musically, I've been pushing my new record, Drink the Music. And it has been an awesome response. It's a slow roll, but I knew it was going to be that. And so it's just getting the love and the word out for the record and letting everyone know what I'm doing with it. I got music videos out for 2 of the songs. I got another one that I'm going to be shooting here soon. But yeah, just kind of letting people know that I'm doing music and what it's sounding like and where we're playing at. And I'm actually playing August 23rd, this Friday. I'm playing at TEDx Greensboro.
Holy crap.
Yeah, so I'm doing a TED Talk about Audacity.
Wow. And that's going to be where? At Tanger?
It's going to be at the Van Dyke Center downtown.
Awesome.
Yeah, so
awesome.
I've been freaking out about it. I'm not freaking out. I'm not.
Dude, TEDx is a big thing, man.
I'm it blows my mind because I'm not the person that I ever thought would be on a TEDx.
Right.
If anything, maybe TEDxXX, but not not
TEDx After Dark.
TEDx After Dark. But yeah, so the way it happened, I was playing a show downtown at Natty Green's, and a mentor of mine that I'd looked up to over all the years, one of my b-boy instructors when I was a young pup coming up in the Greensboro music scene. He works with them, and he saw me at the show. I was like, hey, Timber, I've been trying to get a hold of you. I'd like for you to be a part of this. And I was like, okay, let's do it. And I have a red book. I have a red book that I write all of my visions in.
Okay.
And in January of last year, I wrote down on a whim. I was like, TEDx.
Get the.
I'll
Get
show
out.
you. I'll show it to you. I'll
Damn.
show it to you. And I wrote it down. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna do that this year. And
Yeah.
I didn't know that Greensboro had a TEDx.
Right. Right.
And so like, and I believe like if you write it down, you're gonna put yourself in the position for it because
Yeah.
you're thinking about it. You're
the
constantly,
law of attraction.
I don't listen. People may say it's real.
It's
Okay.
100% real.
My whole life has been magnet.
Yeah.
That's it. And
Yeah.
and it's not just the energy, but it's like the positive, like how you encase your
Yes.
energy.
Yes.
Whatever you give out is gonna come back to you.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
it's like with that was one. I mean, I can't tell you how many. I mean, this whole situation was a magnet moment. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
I have so many moments of proof of reaffirmation that like this is a magnet moment.
Yeah.
So like to anyone, trust those vibes, trust your gut, and feel that because it's real.
Yeah.
It's real.
Yeah. Now, when you say so, some people do vision boards. So you actually have just like a
I'll write it down. I'll
You write
want
it down.
I want
Nice.
this. I want that.
See, I
this is
thought
mine.
about that because I'm not one. I'm not a scrapbooker.
I'm not either.
Yeah, and I know my wife.
Even
God
the
bless her,
writing
she'll
wasn't
do
a
it.
thing.
Right, and to me, I'd much rather because I'd like to think it, but I think if I have like just a little notebook.
That's it.
Right.
I started off with literally
Yeah,
one of those
yeah,
little,
tiny
ones with the little pen. That's
Yeah.
all.
Okay.
Cool. I was like,
Okay.
And then I filled that book up, and then it was like, so now I can go back and see, like,
Yeah.
oh, I called this.
Yeah.
I called that.
Oh,
And literally
man.
everything in my life, I've called.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic.
Everything. So it's like, all right, well, if it ain't broke,
Yeah. Yeah. That's right. That's right.
keep doing it.
So just talking about your song and your album, and you mentioned your sobriety. What are we on now? Year 5?
Yeah, 5 years.
Man.
And on the first, it'll be 5 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what advice do you just have to people? Because I mean, I meet people from all different phases. Some that just want to cut back a little bit. Some that
Yeah.
want to cut back altogether. And you're still in obviously the nightlife. You're still playing.
I get offered drinks
still in
accidentally
bars,
sometimes.
right.
So, hey, people
Right.
don't know, and hey, you want a shot? I'm
Right.
sorry.
Right. Yeah. It's just habit.
Yeah.
So how are you just able to just, was it just support, mental? I mean, I know this is probably the biggest question I get from a lot of people is, and not that I'm an advocate for sobriety, don't get me wrong, but you're going in 5 years, which is amazing. And I have people ask me, and I always tell them, I'm like, Jay Timbers the one to ask, not me. So,
well, I got tired of it.
yeah.
I woke up one day and I was like, this isn't just it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna I'm just gonna drink forever. Like,
Right.
and I knew this is the analogy. I'm big on analogies, and
Yeah.
I love cars. We've already talked about that.
Yeah.
So the Dodge Challenger has 2 keys:
Okay.
a red key and a black key. The black key is 505 horsepower.
Okay.
Red key is 707.
Okay.
I was winning races and beating everything with the 505.
Yeah.
And then I got sober and found out there was a whole nother key with 205 horsepower. Okay, cool. Now let me go win more.
Gotcha.
And now it was that moment of like, I know that there's more to me, and I didn't know where, I can't figure out what's the problem.
Right.
Man, this is, man, this is, I can't figure out what the problem is.
Right.
And then once I put it down, it's been the most interesting moments of my life.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. How hard were those first couple weeks, couple months?
I told myself to make it bite size.
Yeah. Okay.
My dad used to say this thing. Well, actually, it started off was the thing that Natalie used to say, and it crossed over with the thing that my dad would say. So, how do you pet an elephant? A pat at a time. Because my dad used to say, how do you eat an elephant?
Okay.
And with my fiance being a vet tech and having worked in the zoos,
yeah, I can see the different analogies.
And so in me like talking to her and understanding her passions, it made me change that my dad saying from how do you eat an elephant, a bite at a time, to how do you pet an elephant, a pet at a time. So then I thought to myself, okay, let me just break this down. Let me be sober today. Yeah. And that's how I do it. I can't wonder. Yeah. Am I going to be sober in 10 years? No. Right. Because I don't have 10 years. I don't know if I have 10 years. Right. I got right now, though. Right. And me worrying about the future is taking away from now.
I love that.
And me worrying about the past is like, this is the most important moment of my life.
Yeah.
Right
That's
here.
why it's called the present. Yeah.
Put a bow on it. Come on now. Mike's over here. I'm excited. I'm
I
excited.
know, I know. We're ready. Gosh almighty. Man.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got the podcast, we got the music. So Jay and I were talking about mental depression. For a lot of you that know this, I suffer from anxiety and depression, which is why I've only done one podcast by myself in probably the last 6 years. I'm getting more comfortable with it, getting used to it. We are going to be accountability buddies moving forward for sure. And you were telling me a lot about, just kind of your journey with yoga.
I'm calling it yoga from now on, though. J Timber Yoga.
I know, but us Ricans, though, we got to say the yoga. Mira.
Yoga.
But with yoga and meditation, and, my thing is I can't get my brain to stop, especially before I go to bed. And you were just telling me like 10 minutes a day.
10 minutes, dude.
And so how did you get started on that journey? And like, what's been your secret? Because that's another question I get a lot is I want to get into yoga and meditation. I have no idea where to begin. Where do I begin?
Well, the way I started this podcast is to just start.
Yeah.
We have we have YouTube University.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have 1 million people in really tight tights that are on there telling you, hey, welcome. My name is Sunshine. And today, go find one that you like, whatever. And there's a guy that's, hey, what's up? My name is Beefcake, and we're going to do yoga. You find what you want and just do it. And then you'll figure out your flow. But like the most important thing is carve out time for yourself.
Yeah.
Because we are so we live in such a go time that if we don't do that, we will forget ourselves.
Yeah.
And then you'll be wondering, man,
what happened?
What's wrong? No, it's you haven't checked in with you. You're driving around and you're seeing all those lights on the dashboard keep coming up and you haven't addressed them.
Right.
You have to address them when they come up. Otherwise, that problem's going to make another problem and another problem. Yeah. And then you're sitting in your bathroom like, what am I doing? Yeah. Well, just take time for yourself, because if you don't do that, no one else will take time for you. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You got to look out for number one.
Yeah.
I tell people that all the time as an IT recruiter. My company may not want to hear this. I always tell people to do what's in their best interest. If it feels good, do it. If it doesn't feel good,
don't.
At least give me some questions. I can try to answer them. If that doesn't help, fantastic. I'm never one to try to force into anything that they don't want to do, especially when it comes to recruiting. At the end of the day, you got to follow your gut. Yeah. I feel that 100% more than anything. My gut has literally never led me wrong. The times I have not listened to my gut, fail.
But that's that energy.
Yeah.
It's all that. I know it's all energy, but like it's literally that. Like you can, if I were people who know me and have been around me, if I walk into a room and I'm in a bad mood, the whole room is gonna feel it. Because I'm usually butterflies and bubble, you know? Yeah. So like that is a real thing. And like and with my music, I've been talking about like love yourself, right? You gotta take that time for yourself. And what I've been doing is, in a sense, loving myself to let the cup runneth over, because I know that if it runs over, everything else around me will be covered in that love. Yeah. And so it's kind of like, it's a weird, I feel selfish and being like, love yourself. But like, I say it in the sense of like, love yourself, because then it'll help you to understand other people better and to love people better, because you've carved out that time and that empathy for yourself. Yeah. And it's so beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. I mean, we've had a lot of conversations. We had you on before for serious topics. We had you fun before for like fun topics. And I know that we mentioned a couple books last time we connected.
Yeah.
We talked about The Secret.
Oh yeah, The Secret.
Love that. And I started it. I've not finished it. You were telling me about Green Lights.
Green Lights. That's a great one. It's a great feel good book. I mean, another one is The Power of Habit.
Okay.
Actually, I just started a new one. And that's another thing, people that know me, I never was a reader. And when I realized that the secrets or the keys are in people's experiences, now I'm like, I want to read all the time, or I want to audiobook or whatever, because I want to learn, because I'm starting to understand that like it's all been done. Yeah. And there's a version of what I'm trying to do out there, but it's not like how I do it. Right. So let me go and find out what is the blueprint, go about it the way it's been said, and then create my own way within it.
100%.
And that's with anything.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of, not just celebrities, but I mean, billionaires, the whole 9 yards. A lot of people wish that their superpower was speed reading.
Yeah.
Because then you could learn more and observe.
That's why I love audiobooks on times 3.
You'll get it there.
I can't. Of course, I can't find my books now that I'm trying to look them all up. But I'll send you a list of them and we can share them with the people.
Yes, we'll
'Cause they're-
definitely put that on the post
Are
because
we
even
about
though
to
this
start
is
a
a
book
live
club?
stream, what's
Are
that?
we doing a book
Ooh,
club?
Are we? We should do a book and movie
Scuppernog?
club.
Do a little hangout, a little live feed.
Hey, hey.
All right. Put a pin in that.
We will put a pin in that. Let's do this. We're gonna wrap up on YouTube because I want to go on Facebook real quick, just kind of see what's gonna happen. So hang tight. We're gonna edit this all here at the